Hello everyone. As part of the C programming, in the previous sessions, we have seen about structures and unions. We have clearly explained what is the main difference between the structure and union and how the memory will be allocated for the structure and union. We also seen some of the examples under structures and unions. We have completed the applications of structures and also applications of the unions. After that, so we have seen how to use the combination of structures and the unions. This is about the previous classes. In today's session, we are going to start the new topic, enumeration in C. What actually mean by enumeration in C, that we will see. In the previous sessions, we have seen that structure is user defined data type, right? Similarly, we have discussed union is also a user defined data type. And we have discussed that a structure is created using the keyword struct and union is created using the keyword union, right? And we have identified the main difference between the structure and union is the only memory allocation. This is the main difference. That means a structure is a user defined data type which is going to contain more than one element of different type, or we can say heterogeneous elements. Coming to the union, union is also a user defined data type that is going to contain heterogeneous elements or different data members, right? The main difference we have discussed earlier is the memory allocation. Then, what do you mean by the enumeration? Like structure and union, enum is also a user defined data type, right? But this user defined data type is going to assign names, or we can say symbolic names to integral constants. This is very, very important. Integral constants. What I mean to say here is enum, or we can say enumeration, is a user defined data type that is used to assign names, or we can say the symbolic names to integral constants. What do you mean by integral constants? Means that we are talking about the integer constants. These integer constants can be represented by using the decimal number system, or we can say hexadecimal number system or octal number system, right? This is the main use of enumeration. Now, how enumeration data type is created? Enumeration data type is created by using the keyword enum. That is very, very important. Now, we are going to see the syntax of enumeration, how to create an enumerated data type. The first thing you have to written is the keyword enum, and here you have to mention the data type name, enum name, enumeration name, any name you can give here, and opening brace, and finally you write the closing brace. Like structure and union, enum also ends with the semicolon. But the thing you have to identify, the main important thing you have to identify here is, here we are not going to use any data types, different data type we are not going to use. Enum is not going to contain more than one element of different type. It is going to contain all the members of same type. That means integers. That's why there is no need to mention the data type for the members. Just you write the members like here. For example, member 1 semicolon, member 2 semicolon dash dash. There is no need to mention the data type for the members which are stored in enumeration type. Example, we can see that enum, and here you can take days as the name of the enumeration type, enum days. So days in the sense mainly we are going to take, first one is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Like that, I'm going to take the different items and it ends with semicolon. So here I'm using the members are the variable names, but here I didn't mention the data type here. Sunday is one name, Monday, Tuesday up to Saturday. These weekdays I have assigned 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 names. Here we are assigning the names to the integer values. Sunday is going to take its own integer value 0. Automatically, these are initialized by the enum data type. Sunday is initialized to 0, Monday is 1, 2, and finally Saturday is initialized with 6. This is how internally the values are automatically initialized in enum data type. Please remember that the main intention of using enumeration data type is to handle the names very easily. So in a program, if you want to use numbers, it is very difficult to remember the numbers or the values. So to remember easily, what we do is we assign the names. For easy handling of the program, we assign the names to the values so that we can refer those very easily. For example, rule number 45, instead of calling rule number 45, better to give the name for this student, assume that Sunil. So better to call the name Sunil instead of calling the rule number 45. It is very easy to remember the names. So that's why we are using the names, and we are assigning the names for the integer values or integer constant, or we can say integral constants. This is the main use of using enumeration data type. Some of other examples for the enumeration will include, for example, here I am writing enum, and we are taking the name of enumeration type is color, and we are writing the opening brace. Here we can write red, blue, green, yellow. Like this, we can give any members, and every enumeration data type enclosed or ends with semicolon. Not only this, we can use enum. The name of enumeration here is, I'm taking shape. For this, I can use the first member name as circle, and second one is rectangle, and next we can take as square, and we can take the triangle. So like this, we can give any different enumeration type. So not only this, we can use enum. You can use the enumeration type as gender, and here we can take male, and second one is female, and here we can use the third one as others, semicolon. Or also we can use enum, and the name of enum is boolean. Boolean means true or false it is going to contain. The first one we are talking about false, and second one is true, closing brace. So these are the different types of examples, or we can use another example, enum months. Enum months, here you can take January, February, March up to December. These are the some examples which include the enumeration, or I can say there are some examples which are mainly used for the enumeration type. We will take the same example enum, previous example enum, and here we are taking the name of enumeration is days. So instead of going to the next line, in the same line we can write opening brace. You can write Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, closing brace and semicolon. This is the way of declaring the enumeration data type, right? Now, after this semicolon, you can go to the main program, and in the main, you are going to create the variable of type enum. Here, the important thing you have to identify is scope. That means an enumeration data type can be declared either in the local scope or global scope, right? If you use in the global scope, any function can use the enumeration data type. If you use this enumeration in the main or within the function, or we can say local scope, then only that particular function can use the enumeration type variables. That is the main difference of declaring an enumeration data type variable either in the local scope or global scope. Here the important thing you have to identify here is there is a statement called hash define in C. I think whenever we write the C program, the first statement starts with hash that we call preprocessor statement. So at the time of introduction classes, we also defined that hash define statement is used to define a symbolic constant. For example, in the previous classes, we said that hash define pi, pi is the variable or name, and whose value we have given that 3.14. Here there is no semicolon. So what does it mean? Here pi, the meaning of pi here is it is a label name, or we can say symbolic name. symbolic name, or we can say simply the name. We are giving the name pi, either capital letters or small letters, to the value 3.14. So this is also somewhat similar to enum data type or members. Then what is the difference of enum? When we have hash defined concept, what is the need of using enum? The first important thing you should identify here is hash define. We are by using hash define, we are providing the value for the variable or the name. So by default, the value is not assigned for the name pi, where in hash define. But in case of enum, the integer values for the first data member. What is the first data member of enum? Sunday. Automatically, the variable Sunday, the name Sunday is initialized to 0. Who is going to give this value? Compiler by default. But here for the pi, we are explicitly providing the value 3.14. This is the major difference between hash defined and enumerated data type. So if the first value of the enumeration variable is 0, this data member is 0, then automatically this Monday gets the value 1, Tuesday gets the value. So the next data member is going to get the value is +1. Wednesday 3 and Thursday 4, Friday 5, Saturday 6. You can also explicitly provide the values for the data members which are available in the enumeration days. That means, for example, here if you write Sunday equals to 1, this is also possible by writing Sunday equals to 1, and if you mention Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and so on, then what happened here is, so you have initialized Sunday equals to 1 explicitly, but when you don't provide the value, it becomes 0. So when you explicitly provide the value 1, then the value of the next data member Monday by default becomes +1, that means 2, and Tuesday becomes 3. This is the way of by default initializes the values to the data members of enumeration data type. That is the major difference between enum as well as hash defined. Another major difference you have to identify here is enumeration data type can be declared either in the local scope or global scope, whereas hash defined is only comes under the global scope. That is very, very important. Now, we will see the programming part using enumeration data type, how to create the variables and how to access the variables of enumeration data type. So another important thing you should identify here is if you want to access the members Sunday, Monday, Tuesday of enum data type, there is no need to use specific dot operator like structures and unions. Directly, you can create a variable of type enum. For example, I'm creating enum. The name of enumeration type is days, and here we are taking D. I'm creating the variable D of enumeration days. Now you can directly say D is equals to Sunday. This is valid, but no need of what do you say accessing the Sunday variable by using dot operator or period operator. D equals to Sunday. Or in the main program, you can directly access these variables Sunday, Monday, Tuesday in the printf. Directly we can access without using the enumeration data type variable also. So we will see the more examples, practical example by using VS Code that we will see on enumeration. Now we are going to implement the enumeration data type in Visual Studio Code. Go to the new file and give the name enum.c, right? So after giving this name, first I'm going to type the statement hash include std. We know this every time we are typing this stdio.h. Now after this, before writing the main, what I'm going to do is I'm going to declare the enumeration data type within the global scope. Just now we have discussed that enum can be declared within the global scope or local scope, but hash define only used in global scope. It cannot be used as the local scope. That is a major drawback of hash define. Now first the keyword you are going to use is enum, and the name of enumeration data type you can give anything. I'm using days, or I can use weekdays, opening brace. Now within this opening brace and closing brace, I'm going to use within this opening brace and closing brace, just I'm going to give the names. I'm not going to mention any data type, just symbolic names or simply say the variable names. The first one I'm using Sunday and second one is Monday, and next we are using Tuesday, comma, I'm using Wednesday, comma, next I'm using Thursday, comma, Friday, comma, Saturday. Now After closing brace, you write semicolon. In the same line, you can declare an enumeration data type, or you can go further line by line. In the next line, you can go to the next line like this. So first you can mention Sunday, next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. For your clarity, you can also declare like this: Wednesday, Thursday. Now what you do is here you write Friday, and this is Saturday, and you write closing brace in the next line. Okay, this is also you can do, right, as structures and unions. The name of enum is days, and the first member is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Here you mention Friday, Saturday. Now here for the last one you no need to mention comma. Why? Because that is the last data member. See here, before the semicolon you can declare the enumeration data member variable like D, or within the main also you can declare like structured variables and union variables. That is your wish. I'm going to declare the enumeration data type variable within the main. After this, what I'm going to write is I'm writing integer main. Okay, integer main, and within this main I'm going to use enumeration data type variable, that is enum. I can use days, and I'm using D. D is the enumerated data type variable. So for D, I can assign Sunday, right? Sunday, or any variable you can assign Sunday, or you can say Monday, or you can use Tuesday, anything you can say, right? So D equals to Sunday. Now after saying D equals to Sunday, we are going to print D. For example, printf percentage D, double quotes close, comma. If you say D, now what is the output that you are expecting? So we are expecting value is 0. That we will see whether it is 0 or not, that we will see. Okay, this is simple way of using the, what do you say, the members of enumeration data type. Now you save it. Now you run it, whether there are any errors, that we will see. Okay, we are waiting for the result. See, the output at the bottom, the output at the bottom we got here is 0. Okay, why? Because Sunday value is 0. Now without using the what do you say, enumeration data type variable, directly you can use the members like this. Here I'm showing this, control C, and here I'm writing control V, control V. Okay, control V, control V, control V, control V. Here just what I'm going to do is, so instead of using D, here I'm using D. Okay, in the next, here I'm using just Monday. Okay, here I'm using, directly you can use the variables of enumeration data type. Monday, you can use Tuesday, here you can use Wednesday, right? Here you can use it as Thursday, here you can use Friday. You will get the values. Already I said that the first default value is 0, and the next member value automatically becomes +1. So here we will see whether we are going to get the output or not. You see here, first 0, after that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So for the clarity, you can use here slash n. So slash n, you can use here slash n for printing the output in the next line. You're also using slash n, and here is slash n. Here also you can use slash n. This is a simple way of directly accessing the values. Now you again execute it. You see here, first we have printed 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is how internally the values are automatically initialized, and the next value becomes +1. Now you do one thing. So here I am writing Sunday equals to 34. Sunday equals to 34. Then automatically what is the default value of Monday? 35. For example, for Tuesday I am using 65. So for Monday the value is 35. For Wednesday the value becomes 66. This how internally the values are automatically initialized for the enumeration data type members. This is how we can access the members and how we can initialize. And another important thing here is, see here we have the variable days, enumeration data type days. In enum days, we have Sunday variable, Monday variable. Now assume that I have another variable here, enum. I'm using weekdays. This is another data member I'm using, weekdays. Now here, what I'm going to do is, again I'm going to use the variable Sunday. For example, I'm using another one Monday. I'm using only these two variables and I'm going to close this. Now, is it valid? It's not valid. Why? Because the first data type is days and second one is weekdays. First data member of days is Sunday and second data member is Sunday. So both are having the same name Sunday, Monday. This is not valid. When we have more than one enumerated data type, the variable data type enumeration, then what you do is you don't use the same type of names. It's not valid. Okay, why? Because so in the main part directly you can access Sunday, but Sunday belongs to both weekdays. Sunday, Monday belongs to both weekdays as well as the days. So how to access this? There is a problem of confusion. So that's why don't use the same type of data members in more than one enumeration type. This is the simple basic explanation of enumeration. Enumeration, and it is created by using enum. Now, see that instead of saying Sunday equals 34 and Sunday equals 34, you can also assign the same values for all the data members. You can explicitly give your own values to all the data members to the enumeration data type. So, enumeration data type is a basic concept. So, mainly used to assign the names to the integral values so that we can handle the names very easily. That's the main intention of using enumeration data type. So, with this, I'm going to close the session. Thank you for watching.